The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Subaru Productions.
Hi!
Hello. First impressions, it's been a while.
It has been. We didn't get the chance to do one for Kara Major because, COVID happened and it's still happening. But this time we get to talk about Ultraman Z.
Yep.
And I'm very excited to talk about this one. To a degree.
Alright then.
But it's the new one. This is actually only our second one that we did for.
Yeah, because we did one for Taiga as well, and that was the first.
Yep, and we didn't do one for RB, and we didn't really miss much, so here we are. I didn't like that show.
Well, neither did I. I was there.
Yeah, it's not great. But Ultraman Z. We're going to talk about... Jacob hasn't seen the first 4 episodes, so I really won't go too much to the 4th one, but there's something that does happen at the end of it that we do have to talk about.
I've seen the first 3 because that's all that was available at the time. I tried looking for the 4th one this morning as well. Mm-hmm. It wasn't there.
Yeah. You should have just texted me. I would have sent you the link.
Yeah. I don't think much. It's one of my flaws.
But Ultraman...
Of which there are many.
There aren't. Probably. Ultraman Z.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this opening. I love it.
Do you?
Yes. It's so hype.
Okay.
As soon as he ends up hitting that first Ultraman Z, and I'm just
he holds that note for a while.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm ready to punch a bitch. Let's go.
This is up there with I'll make a man out of you.
Yeah.
I think so.
Just it's so good, and I love his cadence that he has throughout the rest of the song, especially when he gets to the chorus. It's so good.
Well, all right then.
I haven't liked
a good start.
This one this much. Really, this is Nexus. And I really like the Nexus opening, at least the first one. I don't like the second one as much.
Even Dinah?
Dinah is good for meme purposes.
Yeah, I still think it's
Dinah!
I know. I know. I like that one. I think the Mebius one is better.
I mean, yeah, the Mebius one is great too.
I think I don't really want to compare it to other ones, but I think it's okay.
Yeah. I
don't think it's anywhere near as good as you, but it's good.
I don't know why I like it so much. I would just it gets me so hyped listening to it.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that to the nth degree. It's great. I love the OP. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's talk about what we think of this show so far, because, we do have certain characters. Zero is his mentor, but he gets launched into a black hole.
It's nice to see Zero in a mentor role for as brief a time as it was.
But it's 3 seconds.
But at the same time, it's cool to see Zero with the cape.
Yeah.
The mark of the mentor in the Land of Light.
And he has a blue cape, which is different from everybody else's.
It was red ones.
Yep.
But he'll probably show up. He'll show up again later.
He showed up in Tiger briefly, so he's just the one who shows up at least once a series.
Yeah, but I have no doubt he'll be back later at some point.
Yeah, after he figures out a way to not be in a black hole anymore.
I mean,
as they do.
He's got time to think.
He does. He has time to think there. Just he doesn't really do that a lot. So, what can you do? All right, so we have our protagonist in Haruki. Mm-hmm. What do we think of him so far?
So far, I think he's all right.
Yeah. And that's about where it evens
That's kind of how I feel about this whole show right now. It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. Episode 4.
There are some things about it I really don't like, but we'll get to those.
Okay, because episode 4 ramps it, and I am happy that it is ramping up a little bit, but Haruki isn't giving, I'm not going to say the best impression, but he's not leaving much of an impression on me at the moment. He reminds me a lot of King, oddly enough.
Really?
Yeah. It's that same energy level.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at him like, well, you're here.
He's there, but...
And G will be showing up later.
Well, that'd be nice.
In episode 6. This is the first time we get to see him. So it'll be great to have him back.
But yeah, getting back to Haruki, I think he's okay. I like his introduction scene. Where he saves the dog.
Yeah.
We get a proverbial save the cat moment with him saving the little dachshund.
Yep.
From getting crushed by debris. But in doing so, he disobeyed orders.
Yeah. I like how they really take in, like, you're causing a lot of destruction. We have to pay for that. It's part of our budget.
We have our exasperated
director.
Liaison, Director Kuriyama.
Who is the guy from Wizard, who made all the gems.
Yeah, I thought he looked familiar.
Yeah. He was the owner of that shop.
Mm-hmm.
And he also has a weak stomach.
Yeah, he's got gastrointestinal issues. He's got ulcers from all that stress. And who can blame him?
No one. It's just so much. It's like he just is having so many things happen to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilarious. His character hasn't shown up that much even in episode 4.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but it's good. I love to see actors who were in previous Toku shows, even if I don't like them, I like to see them come back.
Yeah.
They might not be in the same role, but it's good to see them come back in general. Let's talk about Shota Hebikura.
The senpai, right?
Yes.
I don't really have much of an opinion on him.
You know who it is.
Do I?
Yes.
Who is it?
It's Juggles.
Get out.
It's Juggles.
That's Juggles?
Yeah, this is
He
Juggles.
looks so different.
And it's actually him. Episode 4, at the end of it, they show he was like...
Oh, wait. That's literally Juggles.
Yeah, that's literally Juggles.
Get out! What?
He was doing something with some Rubik's Cube,
Yeah.
and then he couldn't figure it out. No, he figured it out, and he got bored. It was like, I need a new toy to play with. And they show a screen of Zet fighting the monster that week. And he has the Juggles spell. Also, his theme is Juggles' theme played in major.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because Juggles is played.
Is it the same actor?
Yep.
Well, shoot. Well, I'm going to count that as a positive.
I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, this show is already ramped up. Yes, sis, let's go.
Juggles. I love Juggles too. We're good to have him back.
Yeah, it's great to see him again. I'm sitting here like, but it's Juggles.
Yeah, because in episodes 1 through 3, you don't learn that. And he's just kind of like, he just kind of shouts a lot.
Yeah.
He doesn't really do much.
Well, actually, he's pretty low key throughout most of it.
Yeah, but he's still like angry over, you know, you're disobeying orders, you're causing too much destruction, where are you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about her next.
Yeah, but I'm just really happy that Juggles is back. And when his monster form is too.
Oh, sweet.
So that shows up in episode 5. Yoko Nakashima. This is one of the other pilots of Sevenger. Later on Windomu. Not 100% sure how I feel about it yet. She likes older men.
Oh, yeah.
Which applies
She got a thing for silver foxes.
Or just silver men. Because she likes Zeto, apparently. He's 5,000 years old.
She tried the gray stuff. It was delicious.
Go ahead and have a Trixie and Katya moment. But yeah, I like her though. I like how, you know,
she's not bad.
She's competent.
She is competent.
But at the same time, there really.
But at the same time, we are only 3 episodes in. She hasn't had a lot of focus.
Not even episode 4.
The only thing we really know about her is that she likes older guys.
Yeah,
and
she's a good pilot.
She's a good pilot, but we don't really know much else. So, but we got time. We got time to learn. Time to grow.
I'm so happy he's back. I'm so happy he's back. Yuka Ota. We get more for her in episode 4, where they make a new mech and it's having battery issues because the red tape got in the way and they use cheaper materials.
Oh boy.
I sort of love that they actually end up having, inter-business things.
Reminds me of Shin Godzilla.
Yeah.
The way the red tape keeps getting in the way of them fighting Godzilla. Mm-hmm. Now they have to go through 58 steps just to shoot it.
Yep. It's good to see, she makes the robots, she helps make the robots, and she does a lot of the internal chemistry stuff and figuring out things like that. So she's gotten more than, the other woman on the team so far.
Yep. And at least for you she has, because in episodes 1 through 3 she doesn't do much except look at monitors and yell.
Yeah. She's very excitable.
She is very excitable.
But I mean, I like her.
She did have one moment that I really liked. I think it was in the second or first episode where they kill a monster and she's very excited to go off and dissect it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a nice little touch. Like, she's excited to go cut that thing open and learn some stuff.
I love how, because of the way that at least this Ultraman works, because we have a teaming with storage, they actually go out and, like, you know, help break down the monster.
Yep.
Or at least collect its pieces from around the city.
There is
and put it in storage.
There is always a certain level of suspension of disbelief that is required with Toku shows, particularly ones that involve kaiju, because the amount of destruction that something like this were to actually cause, if they kept showing up, like, Japan would be unlivable.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to live there because you'd never be able to rebuild anything fast enough.
Well, to be fair, with a lot of the Ultraman shows, at least the more, you know, the Heisei era and now Reiwa era ones, they take place in different universes, it's just the Ultras can travel.
Yeah. So every single version of Japan would be uninhabitable across the dimensions. But the fact that we have a team that's going out into the city afterwards to clean up, so to speak, and to gain more knowledge and experience on what's going on, I think adds a nice little layer to it.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, just remember to suspend your disbelief.
Yeah. When it ends up coming to, I guess, I'm not going to say he's a villain because he is being more or less taken over, which I did not like.
the way it happens, it kind of reminded me of Return of the Living Dead, where like they drop something and then it's like, whoop!
And he goes to pick it up, and the thing comes out.
And then it comes out, and it takes over him, and now he's an edgelord.
Yeah. It shows up in the hair. He's...
The hair and the costume.
Not even in episode 4, where he actually starts to do things. He still doesn't have much of a personality. I'm not going to fault that on him. It's just the fact that the alien really hasn't... I'm not going to say hasn't really completely taken over him.
Not yet, I don't think.
It's just still not a lot to work with because we're still early on.
Yeah.
Even with this show only being, I'm guessing, 25, 26 episodes again.
That's what they usually are.
Yeah. He's there for the moment. He did something in episode 4, which I really liked, but... Alright. Let's talk about Zeto himself. He's such an ultra man. And I love how all of his sentences have the word ultra in them somewhere.
Yeah.
I love it. He's such a nerd.
Is that the first time that's happened?
Yes. Well, Taiga slightly, but more with him.
Yeah.
It's just, he's such a nerd, and I love him for it.
Yeah, he's kind of a dope. he kind of Zet kind of comes across as a teenager who is role playing as a hero.
Yeah.
The way he the first time they transform, that was pretty funny.
You gotta press the button.
You have to press the button over again. Like that was pretty good. It's like you have to chant my name. You have to. It feels like he's almost making him do unnecessary extra steps.
He is.
Because it will add extra dramatic flourish, and then he can be more of a hero that way.
Yeah. That's really exactly.
And honestly, I think it's a pretty nice touch.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea.
He's fun, and I enjoy that.
He's fun, and he's definitely enjoying what he's doing.
Yeah. So, it definitely works for his character type. If it was anything else, it'd be worse. But yeah. Outside of that, let's talk about his suit.
It's really good.
I like his base suit quite a bit.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I tend to like the Ultras more when they're not red. Simply because it's outside the norm, even though this is becoming more normal as time goes on.
Yeah, we're seeing blue.
Yeah.
Because Zero, you get like a little bit of red, but you also got like a lot of... This is a very colorful suit.
Yeah.
For Ultraman, this is a very colorful suit.
A lot of black, blue, and gray along with it, and silver, with his shoulders and the face. He just looks good, and I like the way that he looks quite a bit. And we do, of course, because of how this works, we have different forms.
Because of course we do.
Let's talk about Alpha Edge, which is Zero, Leo, and 7. Oh, right. We should actually talk about that because he's O's now.
Yeah, we count the medals 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
Life goes on. Anything goes. Coming up set.
But yeah.
Life goes on. You can bet it's going to come upset.
I sort of wish they didn't do it this way, but at the same time, it was an obvious escalation, and it's been like this pretty much ever since Orb. So
it's been like this for a long time because we've gone from amiibo figures to
but those
amiibo
were more
cards to
like armaments, especially for X.
I know, but like the way it has escalated to the fact that the past several Ultraman, I think from like Orb onwards, our forms have been based on past Ultras, and there's always some sort of gimmick for how we're going to.
Sorry about the noise. Construction is happening outside right now.
For how there's some sort of gimmick for how we're going to fuse them together, and this time they set it around on a half crescent blade version of the O's driver.
Mm-hmm. It exists.
That's what it did.
But this form,
it's okay.
I'm not the biggest. Oh, you just know me and pauldrons.
I do.
So I don't really like the shoulders.
They're not obscenely large.
No, but they're there.
But they're there.
And I see them.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm just like, but I like the suit. It looks a lot like Zero's.
Mm-hmm.
So, coming off of that, he could actually use the things on his head, just like 7 and 0 can.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he looks good. I really like this form. I like the way that the colors are split. I just don't like pauldrons. I really don't.
Could be worse.
Yeah, they could be up here.
Yeah, that would be worse.
Could be the ones that Zero uses later on. Gross. They are chopping. Beta Smash.
I like this one a lot.
I do too. It looks like a red version of Trigger's. But bulky.
Yep.
Just really swole.
Yep.
He's a very swole.
He's getting them gains. There has to be at least one Ultra form where somebody's getting their gains on.
Yeah, or just an Ultra himself who already has his gains.
As we saw in Taga.
Yep. Yeah, I like this outfit quite a bit. I think it looks really good. And you only saw him in one episode. He doesn't really use it that much in episode 4 either. He switches back to Alpha Edge pretty quickly because of the way that the monster works. But yeah, it's good to see just a full-on red version. There is one that comes later with Gamma Future, but it hasn't shown up in the show yet. But its powers look cool. So it can teleport. That's like all I really care about. Just like that looks cool.
And that's Tiga, Dinah, and Gaia.
Yep. So I'm very excited to see what this one will end up bringing. I really like the way that it looks too. It just looks so different in comparison to the other two, which look more like standard Ultra. But yeah, really, I mean, we have returning monsters, things of that nature. But
oh boy.
What's the problem?
That's one of my biggest problems with this show and with Ultra as a whole.
The fact that
is how they're seemingly refusing to move on from things.
Yeah.
How it's once again we're getting the same monsters, the same Showa crusty old monsters that we just dust off, spray with a little defogger, and then
we get like maybe 1 or 2 new, maybe 3 new ones.
Maybe we do.
Yeah.
And it is getting more and more egregiously out of place.
Yeah, because they
don't look good.
It's like unless they go through some major, like you can have the same name, but unless they go through like some major revision to actually,
they seriously need to update this stuff.
Yeah,
it's not just that. It's like Savenger looks so dumb.
It looks terrible.
I hate how Savenger looks.
It's awful.
It's ugly. It's bulky. It's just like, what is this? You know what it kind of reminds me of? You remember in Evangelion where there was like that other man-made robot that was going to compete with the Avas? Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Except like an uglier, dumber version of it.
Yeah. Wyndham is back as of episode 4. He was the thing that came out of Ultra 7. The original one.
Yeah, he looks like it.
Yeah. A lot of these things, I understand there is a need for the culture, but I'm like, either update it or just scrap it. Because at this point, it's tired.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I like seeing Ella King and Red King and the others, but I'm just like, I would also like to see new monster Ella King and or new monster Red King.
Yes.
Or just stop using Nord King.
Or just try something new.
That too. Just like,
So it's that, and it's also the plot. At least from what I've seen of it so far, and how similar it is in terms of its beats to so many of the past shows that we've watched. Like from Orb onwards, it's been mostly the same show. With
G as an exception.
Yes.
Because G was just...
G just because of how good it was.
Yeah, that was an unfairly good show.
The show was great. And then everything else, it's just kind of like...
RB, Taiga, now Z, I'm just like... It feels like I'm watching this.
Try and shake it up a little bit. I hope because it's the show's not over yet, so we still got time to do that, and I really hope they do.
And with Juggler's reintroduction to the show, maybe things end up changing a little bit because then we have an antagonist and a deuteragonist. So I'm just like, maybe we get some interest coming out soon.
Conflict of interest, maybe.
But hopefully we get something. Just because it hasn't worked completely. Episode 4, it is starting to go up with them like splicing monsters together. It's been interesting and just how brutal that thing was because it ripped the frill off of it. But all right,
you can't make an omelet without breaking some monsters.
It's true, and we're just ripping them in half.
There you go.
But yeah, Zed isn't starting out badly, but it is. I'm just like, I really hope that it doesn't go to, let's just do Tiger again, or let's just do RB again.
Did we want to talk about a recent change that happened in the staff?
Well, not so much recent because the show was filmed a while ago, but there is a definite tonal shift that you can see between episode 2 and 3 because the previous writer passed away.
Yes,
like just in
on May 17th of this year, so a couple months ago.
Yeah. So we end up having something like, a new writer comes in, and there is a little bit of a tonal shift, but it's sort of I'm not gonna say a mood whiplash because it wasn't so off base, but it is still a little obvious. I think this is the first show that's ever really had something like that happen, at least from what we've watched.
I think so, yeah.
But yeah, the ending song is also good. Not as good as the OP, but I mean, come on. The OP is just great. But yeah, do we have anything else?
No, I think that covers it.
All right. Well, let us know what you think about the first couple episodes. Well, first 4 episodes at this point of Ultraman Z. And let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to join us on all of the things. And we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.